Hello gardeners, welcome to my Central Illinois garden, Zone 6. Today I wanted to do an update on the GreenStalk. A few months ago I made a video of me planting this up, and actually as I'm looking at that, this beautiful limelight is sort of taking the show away from the GreenStalk. So let's move this. I have this on wheels so it's easily movable. So I'm just going to do this. Okay, I think you can see that much better. So I've had this for a number of years. I think this is my third year, and there's more and more information out on the way to use this GreenStalk every season. So every season I am also getting better, and I bought it originally because I wanted to fill the whole thing with strawberries, and I thought that would be fantastic for me and the kids, just come out here and pluck strawberries. And then I thought that's like 45 strawberry bushes and maybe that's a little overkill. So let's see what else I can do in this growing space. And I've had good success, not 100% success, but that's okay because it's way better than it was before. And it just looks so lush. When people come over, they are amazed, asking me what this is. And as you can see, I have so much patio around me. I have very little full sun space left to grow. So vertical gardening is the way for me. So I want to show you what I have in the GreenStalk so far, and we're going to fill a couple extra pockets. So if you're not familiar with this GreenStalk, I'm talking about this container here. And I have 5 layers with 7 pockets on each layer to plant in. Here's a pocket. And then there is a white reservoir in each of the pockets that when I water this up here, which you saw me doing in the beginning, it goes through this hole and then waters each of the pockets individually. So if you can see, you see that dripping right there, and I just broke a piece of parsley. So it is August where I am, and it is hot, so I am coming out and watering this twice a day. And when the reservoirs fill up, it doesn't overwater because you'll see down here, it spits out the extras. So that is how the system works. They come in different colors, they come in shorter varieties, and this is the one I chose. I chose the brown thinking it would sort of blend in with the patio and maybe the fence. If I got another one, I don't know if I would do this one, the tan one or the green one, but they have great choices, and I will put a link to GreenStalk in the description here if anybody is interested. They have lots of information. So I didn't realize that GreenStalk had a planting journal and a magazine, and I found that out the other day and I immediately ordered one, and I'm really excited. It is not here yet. The magazine, from what I can tell, is full of things that you can plant in GreenStalk and tips and tricks on how to do that, which I'm looking forward to. And then the journal is you keeping track of what you put in each pockets, what you put in each one of the pockets. And I'm excited to do that because as I was thinking about coming out here, I wasn't remembering everything that was in the pocket. So the journal will be clutch for me, and I will show that to you when I get that. But for right now, let me show you what's in here now. So for this top layer, I have herbs. I have large leaf parsley. This right here is flowering oregano. Well, it's oregano that is flowering. You can see this. And I have already trimmed on this once. I think I got maybe a cup and a half of oregano leaves, and then I froze those, chopped them up, well, cleaned them, and then put them in the freezer. I don't think I've used any of those yet, but I did harvest all my parsley once already. That's what was in here, and I lost one. Another Italian leaf parsley, again, I lost something else here. And as we go down a layer, I have more Italian parsley. I'm saying Italian parsley. I think this is broadleaf parsley and then Italian parsley. See, the leaves are different. And again, all of the parsley here has already been chopped all the way down to about that far and washed and frozen. I cut it up and then froze it, and I have used almost all of that, and I think that was maybe a month ago. So tip for next year, I will grow more parsley. Again, parsley, parsley, parsley. So the second whole layer is parsley. Let's go to third layer. As we get to the third layer, things start to get jumbled because I have pepper plants growing in the fourth layer below. See these? So they're not quite ripe. I might find a few in here, but the third layer is some peppers and some strawberries. And this year I planted mignette strawberries, which I've never planted before, and they are tiny. They do not produce a whole lot, but they're tiny. Oh my goodness. But they are so very sweet. Oh, here's another one. That one's not quite ready yet. But they're not very large. I don't know if that is a quality of this variety. I didn't do a lot of research. I found them. The price was good, and I thought, hey, I'll try that. So a lot of strawberries here too, and an empty pocket, more parsley. And then going down to the next layer. I mentioned earlier that there's a lot of information on GreenStalks online. On Instagram, you can just hashtag GreenStalk, and on YouTube, there's a lot of helpful videos, a lot of people using this solely for their gardening. I love it when they only have a deck and they have 6 or 7 of these, and they tell us like they harvest 20 to 40 pounds worth of produce just from their vertical gardening. So there's a lot of people using these things very creatively. I am not there yet. I hope to get there, and hopefully you can take that journey with me. Today I'm just going to harvest more of the parsley because that's getting kind of large, and I am running out inside. So I'm going to cut those off, and I think I'm going to take in some more oregano. But along the bottom, I'm going to plant some lemon balm. This is it's a 12 to 21 days to germination, and I don't know if I have enough time left in my season to get this fully growing, but I'm going to try. I'm also going to do a cherry bell 22-day radish. I've never had this before, and I have this year realized what I like to do with radishes, so I'm really excited to grow these again. We ate all of our spring crop, and ever since then, since we found a good recipe, we're excited to get back to that. I'm also going to do what I grew in the spring, was an early scarlet globe radish, just because I have some leftovers. I'm also going to do some red giant mustard. That is something that can be planted in my zone in August and still have time to harvest. And it's a 40 to 45 day for this one. So these seeds are from 2019. I don't know if they're still viable, but I have some empty pockets, so we're going to try it. If after all of this is done, I still have more pockets, I might try some carrots, but I don't remember if I have any leftover seeds. Okay, I think I've reconsidered and I'm not going to do the oregano today, just the 2 different kinds of parsley. And if I come in here really close, you can see the cuts before. Well, was here, here, and here. You see where I cut those? Here, let me close the scissors. These were the cuts, and so those branches died and new ones grew from here. So I'm going to cut about here, like that, and then get some new ones. But these are mature branches, mature leaves. I'm going to leave, here, let me just cut this. So this one here looks newer and young. I'm going to leave that there on the plant. So I'm just going to go through like that and get a mini harvest. Now, I don't know the difference in taste between the different varieties of parsley. I've never had such a robust harvest before, so I'm freezing both and trying them out and seeing if I notice a difference. I really don't think that I will. It's typically, in my household anyway, used more of a garnish, than anything else. So it's just nice to have it on hand. Okay, so let's get the names right. That's Italian parsley with the large leaves. And then this is curly leaf parsley. Can you see the difference between the two leaves? I think this is more common. This is off just one plant in one pocket. I do think I might have been able to fit 2 of those plants in one pocket. That would be really, making things cozy, but I think I might try that. Okay, trimming all of those parsleys left me some airy space here. And I know it looks like I trimmed them all so that they'll be dying, but I think they will do just fine. And these peppers, I think, might just be a few days from harvesting. They still seem a little bit short. This is my first time ever growing any kind of pepper, because I typically have not been a pepper fan. I am learning to like them. Oh, I missed a whole parsley. That's fine. So in this top pocket between my oregano and one of my parsleys, I'm going to plant some radishes here. And they like to be about a 1/2 inch deep. So what I'm going to do is I went over to my compost bin and grabbed some compost. And I'm just going to kind of refresh the soil. And we're going to do the cherry bell. You see that there? And I am just going to make an indentation in the pocket and then put the seeds down in a row, and I'll thin later. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, just kind of putting them in the row here. And I'll put these back in I'll actually put some in the back here. Let's see how many this pocket can take. Now I have a lot of seeds, so I was a bit generous with my seed pour. There you go, cover that. Give that pocket a really, really good soak. We're going to do the same one with this pocket. So it'll be oregano, parsley, oregano, radish, parsley, radish, oregano. So the same method here with compost. I'm taking a chance and not putting a label in this pocket, which I know is not good, but I just did it on video so I can refer back to this. Plus, like I mentioned before, that journal is supposed to be arriving soon, so I can note it there. Now let's look for another empty pocket. It looks like the second layer is full, so let's go down to the third layer. So this pocket here, it looks like I have lost a little bit more soil, and you can see some of it is wet from the reservoir here still watering. So I'm going to go get more compost and fill it up. There we go. Well, I did make a mess on the patio, but I can clean that up later. I'm going to do more of the cherry bells just because the seed packet's open and I feel like I'm on a streak here. There again, being a bit generous with my pours. Okay, so on the third layer between the parsley and strawberry is another radish. So as we move down the layer in the empty pockets, I am going to do a mustard green here and then the one below it right here. And then as I turn over on it, as I rotate this, I'm going to put lemon balm. I've never grown this from seed, but I am going to try. I know it's a spring crop, and a lot of the spring crops we can also plant end of summer, beginning of fall. So this is experimental. Well, like everything in here is experimental for me. I'm going to make 2 holes in here and put a few seeds in each and then thin out as they grow in both this pocket and the one below. I don't know if it's a good idea to still be using seeds from 2019, but let's try it. And these are tiny seeds. Can you see that? Tiny they are. I'm just going to broadcast them in there, not knowing where any of them are because there's so many of them. And then I'm going to come in with the compost, cover it up, and then water. So something's got to take, right? While I have compost, I'm just going to sprinkle some on my strawberries. So lemon balm in the one here in the bottom. I'm going to use the same method. These are tiny itty bitty seeds and they like to be buried a 1/2 inch. So I am just going to sprinkle. I know that's way too much, but we are going to thin. Now I'm going to put compost on top and water again. Oh, this rosemary smells so good. Well guys, that's it for today's video. Just a little harvesting and a little planting for fall crops in my GreenStalk. And if you have never heard of these, or if you have been considering them, please go on GreenStalk's website and check them out. There are so many helpful things. It's a huge benefit to gardeners. And as I learn more about planting them, I will share that with you. And again, I appreciate you going on my journey with me. And now I'm going to go in and chop and freeze parsley. Have a great day, everybody. And I hope you have time in your gardens. Bye.